everyone. This is to welcome us to the second edition of the session on Mendeley, that is using the appropriate research manager for your research. I want to welcome us to today again to the Friday Research Coffee. So thank you for being here. We see that many people are trying to join, but then so that we can cover a lot today, we will be starting early. Last week we had our our facilitator and lecturer, Professor Kolawole Ali from the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, demonstrates to us how to, he introduced the using a research manager to us, and then eventually we started the demonstration of how to use Mendeley. As one of the research managers, I think one of the things we got last week was that there were different research managers. We have Zotero, we have EndNotes, and I think we have Ref. We have the Ref manager now, but then we focused on Mendeley. And so today we'll be going into the practical session on Mendeley, and then we'll be going into the practical session on Mendeley. The process started last week. It started with introduction to how to set up your account. The links were shared. We saw the website. It was demonstrated to us how to open the site and share and start your accounts. And then we were also told that Mendeley is preferable because the interface is easy to relate with, and that because it is free, it's largely free. And so we could, it is something that students, lecturers, or whoever researchers in Nigeria can use as their starting point. So I want to say, so today he's already here, and I want to really appreciate him on behalf of the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development. I want to appreciate him for being here. And then also because he had to leave with some very key things to be here this morning. So I want to say thank you, sir. And without wasting our time, we know people are trying to join and they will be meeting us on the way. But to allow us have ample time to practice, we would want to ask that we want to invite Professor Kolawole Ali to start the session, and then so that we go straight into the practical session. So welcome, sir. Over to you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mahoga. Thank you, and I'm happy to be here today. So we'll just continue from where we stopped last week. So for today is basically for demonstrating how we can use Mendeley for citations and to assemble our references. I need to take our mind back to one of the things that Mendeley is designed for. Mendeley is basically designed to organize our references and to help us manage our citations. So today, we're going to remember the last week that I said the moment you have created an account, the next thing for you is to launch your Mendeley on desktop that you have installed. Then the moment you launch it, you then need to populate your library. So as you're populating your library, it is also important that depending on the version you are using, I am comfortable with using the version 1.92 or so. I'm comfortable with using that because that is so flexible for me to use. So with my own version, what I need to do on that is each time permit me to share my screen, so each time I launch my Mendeley, what I do is to synchronize. And I don't know if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so it's to come here where you have file, edit, view, tools, help. Anytime under that, you will see hard, you see folders, you see sync, and you see help. So for me, what I do is every time I connect to the internet, I try to sync my library. And the moment I sync my library, the desktop library will be automatically updated. So it is important that if we are using this version, it is important that we sync our library every time we connect to the internet so that we can have updated our documents updated in the library. So that said, I told you about if you need to, it is important that we fill appropriately the fields that we have the moment we have documents in our library. So it's possible that we may want to cite hard copy materials, and I think I spoke about this last week. We have a field for that. So today, I will demonstrate. I want to assume that we have populated our library and we have attached through tools. We have installed the MS plugin, Word plugin. I want to assume that because I also showed us how to do that last week. I want to assume we have done that. So if we have done all of this and we have been able to populate the Mendeley library, the next thing is, we are writing. Remember that the whole essence of this exercise is in the process of our writing, we want to cite appropriately and cite correctly so that we are not accused of plagiarism. And I can tell you that you can't cite too much. It is better to be accused of too much citation than you are not citing at all, which you are risking being accused of plagiarism. So I'm sure that we wouldn't want to go through that route. So I want to launch my Microsoft Word, a new page. I'll stop sharing my Mendeley library. So I then share my Microsoft, the new page that I have opened. So I'm assuming I want to work on a document. Let's say I am working on health system, just a tentative title, health system barriers to malaria vaccine. Let's say this is what I'm working on. So, and this is the title I'm working on. It's a fresh document. So now I am writing on this, that can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's say I'm just writing on the person submitted that there are various barriers to health. There are various barriers to the deployment of malaria vaccine. This is supported. Don't mind the way I'm writing now. This is supported by a study in Ghana and Kenya. So supposing I want to cite the study in Ghana, are you with me? Hello?
Yes, sir, we are with you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so supposing I want to cite, I have referenced 2 different studies, which, by assumption, I am assuming that we have read these studies. So I'm referencing a study in Ghana, and I'm also referencing another study in Kenya that is supporting my argument that participants in my own study, they identified that there are various specific, they might identify specific barriers, but now I can't think of one now. So, but again, the whole essence of this is I want to show us how we can cite using Mendeley. So now I want to reference the study in Ghana. You come here where on the line you have and where you have file, home, insert, draw, design, layout, then you see references. Here, you click on references. By the time you click on references, it's going to activate the different tasks that you can perform under references. Last week, I told you that the moment you are plugged in your Mendeley into your Microsoft Word, this icon will be attached to this place. So you see the Mendeley icon. Can you see the icon?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You see the Mendeley icon. By the time you click on the Mendeley icon, a dialog box will appear on the screen. Can you see the dialog box?
It's showing on my computer, but not on the screen.
The same thing happened last week. For those who have installed it, please, we can repeat them. We can be doing this together. So on my own screen, I can see the dialog box. And for the dialog box, you see my library. Go to Mendeley. Okay, cancel. And there's a box where you have search author, or you search by title, or you search by year in my library. If you can't see that, let me demonstrate it. Of course, since you can see my Microsoft screen, it's and the reference will automatically pop up the moment I click OK. So I am searching now from my library. So for Ghana, can you see anything? Any new thing?
No,
Hello?
sir. No, sir. Perhaps maybe you should stop sharing and reshare, sir. It's not showing
Okay.
anything, sir.
Okay. Let me do that. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
So is there anything, can you see any new thing?
Yes, Ajay et al. 2023.
Okay. So I have cited the study in Ghana. Now I want to cite the study in Kenya. I just need to tap and I'll go through the same process. Go to Incite Citation. Is the dialog box popping up?
No.
Okay, let me stop share and share again at the same time. Let me see if it's going to.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
No, it shows that you are on that Insight Citation icon, but it's not showing the dialog box.
Okay, well, I think we just have to proceed.
Yes.
So I want to cite the study in Kenya. I just need to search for the study that I have read that supported my claim. So I'm looking for the study now. Can you see any new thing on the screen?
Yes. Asante et al. 2024.
Okay. So then we continue our writing. Now it's possible that we want to cite, I mean, in the process of writing, we want to use according to. So according to, let's just cite the Ajay, for example. According to Ajay et al. Can you see the citation?
Yes, sir.
So for this, following the, upper referencing style, for this, I'm sure you agree with me that this cannot stay like this. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so according to it, that means that you have to manually edit this, which of course Mendeley will permit you to do that. So I will remove the brackets open here. I will go to et al. I'll remove the comma. Then I will introduce the brackets here. Now the moment you are done with this, something will pop up. I don't know if you can see the screen. What popped up on the screen? Can you see it?
No, we can't see it on the screen, but as I'm following, it's showing, saying that do you
Okay.
want to keep changes?
You said do you want to keep manual edit?
Not changes,
Do you want
yeah.
to undo manual edit?
Yeah.
So in this case, you have to keep manual edit. So when you keep manual edit, so it recognizes it that, oh, you have edited that citation and you are good to continue. So you can write whatever you want to write as said by or as submitted by that author or authors. Then you are still writing and you may want to continue to your citation. You repeat the same process. I want to cite now. I want to cite another claim. I'll click on inside citation and I just want to cite what I can see. So can you see the new citation?
Yes, sir. Campbell, MacPhail and Campbell 2001.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we continue typing. Let me type something that will make sense to us so that. So Dio is a good boy. I want to cite this too. So can you see the new citation?
Yes, Aliu and Aronsiola 2021.
Okay. I still want to. I want to continue sign my name. Can you see what I've typed? What I just typed?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm able to cite all of these because I have all of these filled in my library, in my Mendeley library. So I'm able to do all of this. Can you see another citation?
Yes, sir. Aronsiola 2017.
Okay. I still want to continue my writing. So supposing I still want to cite this statement. So can you see the new citation that I just added?
Yes, sir. Bastien et al. 2011.
Okay. So we repeat this process all through in our writing. We repeat this process in our writing. Now, supposing we are now done with the entire piece, we are done with writing the entire document, proposal, whatever it is. We have a session that where we have a session called reference session, or some in another discipline, we may want to assemble our bibliographies. Now, in order for us to be able to assemble everything that we have used in this document, now I need to tell you that references that are not cited by using Mendeley will not be able to pick them and put them in your reference list. It won't be able to do that. So it is important that you use Mendeley to cite all your references. To cite, it is important. So the moment you are done with the entire document, then you create a new document, a new page. You create a new page for your references. And if you are writing papers, you want it to continue on the same page. It's just for you to create a section that you label references or bibliographies. Can you see references?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in order for us to then assemble all the citations that we have used using Mendeley, you go back to where you have inside citation. Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Now, beside it, you can see undo, you can see refresh,
Yes.
you can see export as.
Yes, sir.
And beside it, you can see insert what?
Insert bibliography.
Insert bibliography. And you can also see open Mendeley, and you can see style, right?
Yes, sir.
I will come back to style. But what we need now is insert bibliography. Now, by the time you click insert bibliography, before you click on insert bibliography, come back to your references, your documents. You need to place your cursor where you want all the bibliography to be placed. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
You put the cursor here, and you can see the cursor is blinking. So you can then go back to insert bibliography. By the time you click on insert bibliography, what can you see? Hello, what can you see?
All the references appeared.
So you can see all the references appeared, and they are organized based on APA referencing style.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm placing my cursor on style, and I'm going to click on it so that you then see the drop-down menu. Now, clicking on it, can you see the drop-down menu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, because I'm using American Psychological Association 7th edition, and that's why you have the reference as they are, the references as they are. Now, if I decide to change the style, here is where you can change the style. Supposing you have submitted a document, you have submitted a paper, and the journal is telling you that, no, we don't use APA referencing style here. We use Chicago style, for example, or we use AMA manual style 11th edition. Here, you can just come here and change to whatever style the journal or your supervisor is asking you to use. Now, in this case, I want to change to Chicago style. So I'll just click Chicago style, and I'll go back to my document and refresh. and the whole style will pop. I mean, it's going to change the entire document. I mean, the citation or references to the style that I just selected. I'm sorry, my system is hanging here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. I just stopped sharing, then I want to refresh so that I'll see if it's so I'm still struggling with it. Sorry, my system is just messing up, so I'm trying to refresh the document so that I wanted to demonstrate to show the transition from APA referencing to Chicago's the new style that we just choose and selected. It's still very slow. So, I mean, just so that I don't keep us waiting. So that's how to change from one style to another, and that's how to assemble our references. So I don't know if for some of us that we have populated our library and we are following the same, I mean, we're following the step along as as I'm demonstrating it. I don't know if at this point you have any question so that while waiting for my system to, I mean, to recalibrate itself, where I can attend to that.
Okay. Oh, all right. Sorry, my question would be related to, you still need your system for it. It has to do with web importers. The web
Okay.
importer, there is a prompt to install the web importer. So I
Yes.
wanted to know if you can help demonstrate how that works, but then it still depends on your computer.
Yeah, it's still not popping, it's not cooperating right now. So for the web importer, it's just for us to go to, and I think I spoke about it last week. We go to our Mendeley library, we go to tool, under tool.
Hello, sir. Can you hear us? We can't hear you again. You are muted, sir, in case you are talking to it.
Oh, so sorry. Can you see my Mendeley library? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. We can see your Mendeley library, sir.
Okay, so to install web importer, now this is somehow tricky in a way because web importer, for this, deliberately I choose not to use web importer. I like to do my things manually. For web importer, basically it's just to import some of new, I mean, if you are getting new journal, new document, you want to import it into your library, you come to your tool. Hey, this is not opening. You come to tool here, where you have file, edit, view, tool, help. You click on tool. When you click on tool, of course, you see a drop-down menu where you have install web importer, install, if you have installed Microsoft Word plugin, you see on install Microsoft Word plugin, or you see install Microsoft Word plugin, or you see some other things there. So for what a web importer, you just click on install web importer, and it will navigate you to what other things that you would do in the process of install web importer. For my own, why I have trouble with it is the moment I click on install web importer, the Microsoft Online will pop up for me to, but because the Microsoft I'm using is not the 365 version where I can impute, I can fill in my Microsoft account into, and it will recognize it. So I have trouble using that. So by the time you do that, for those who have Microsoft 365, the original version of Microsoft Word, then you can use your web importer seamlessly without any issue. But because it is my Microsoft is not, the complete version, the comprehensive version, so it's difficult for me to use. The web importer is difficult for me to use because it will sync with, for example, if you are using OneDrive, it's going to sync with OneDrive, where in the process of working on Microsoft's on OneDrive, you can still cite on OneDrive, and as well as you can also cite when you are using Google Doc. So for me, it's difficult to use because my Microsoft Office is not the 365 type. I don't know if I've been able to explain that. I'm so sorry. I'm unable to demonstrate that because my system is not, my laptop is not coming up, is not cooperating.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I don't know if we still have any other question. My system is not coming up at all. It's not, it's still I don't know if I can, sign out, leave the meeting and still join back if it's going to work that way.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everyone. I hope we are also trying to follow as Professor Aliu is showing us how this works. Please let's practice it. I think these reference managers and most of all the other things we learn on our computers, we get the better with them when we practice. So please let's take time to practice them. Let's use it. We'll be able to see some of the nuances for real. I think my web importer is working. Maybe when Prof comes back, I will ask if I can share my screen and it can take us through from my screen. But then if you have questions, please note them, and then when he rejoins, you can ask the questions. Yeah. So again, we also have some people who have joined this meeting on YouTube. So this video will be available on YouTube if you want to check it. If you want to see, maybe you're working on it and you run into challenges, you could just check check on YouTube. and then you'll be able to see a reference point to help make your corrections. Also, Mendy has an account on YouTube that can help you take you through some of the processes, because there are some nuances that you may face, and perhaps our facilitator may not be able to touch today. So some of the nuances that you may feel, you could just ask about it from YouTube. So there's a Mendy account there that you see some of these FAQs already listed, already demonstrated, so that you can just follow step by step. And if you want in-person demonstration, of course, we can't ask you to broaden Professor Aliu, but if you're around the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, you can just look for him, get to see him in his office, ask for Dr. Ali's office, and then you'll be directed, and then you can see him if he's available. However, if you're not around the place, or you're closer to the Central Office of Research, you can also walk into the place and ask for you can ask for Mr. Ogunye or Mr. Toby, and then they would be able to demonstrate also and help you through if you've run into any challenges. The Central Office of Research has a new office. It is located around the DSA, that's the Division of Student Affairs. You see the new building that is there on your way. Just if you stand at the junction beside Adjusted, you'll be able to see the new Central Office of Research. So yes. All right. Professor Aliu is back. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I'm going to repeat the process again so that we are able to do it on our own. So, like I said, all we need to do is just to have our library, Mendy library, populated. And in the Mendy library, you can have different folder for different projects that you are working on. You can have different folder for different projects that you are working on, because using folder, it helps you organize the entire Mendy library. For example, if you can see my screen, in my library, I have different folders. I have a folder on contraceptive paper. I have another folder titled Elizabeth folder. I have another folder titled Maternal and Child Health. I have another folder Mobile Sociality. I have another folder Reentry. I have another folder SGH, and I have another folder Trafficking. So you can organize your library using different folder. And with this, you don't have to open your folder before you can cite. Remember that I said you cannot cite appropriately without having, of course, you must have read the papers that you want to cite. And to create folder, it's very easy to create folder. If you look at where I have all my folders, under it you have create folder. You can just click on create folder and this will pop up, and you can then type whatever the title of the folder is, or you want the title of the folder to be. So once you type the title of the folder, let's say I am naming this folder malaria vaccine paper. So you just click your enter. So it will put the folder among the list of the folders that you have. And if you are just creating that folder, of course, it will create the folder automatically, since you have the moment you put the name of the folder. So you see the malaria vaccine paper, you just need to click on it, and by the time you click on it, you have a blank screen. Can you see the blank screen?
Yes, sir.
So you can then start populating it. For example, I want to add one document into this, one file into this. I can click on add file. Now I have a lot of documents as I'm relating to malaria in my download folder. So I then need to click on, can you see the directory? Can you see the download screen?
Yes, we can see the paper, sir.
Okay, so I can just say, oh, I have a paper that I downloaded. I can just add one of these to it. I click on this and I click open. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
So if I have to do if I have to do this, I will repeat the same process. Click on file, click on add file. Then I have the file I want to add in my download folder. I then scroll and click on what I want to add to it. Can you see the new one?
Yes, yes, sir.
Ajayi Mary Yetunde.
Emeto Daniel Chukwuyere.
Okay, so now it is important for us to ensure that all of these journals that I just loaded into my folder, it's important that we click and ensure that the appropriate fields are clearly filled. Now I'll click on it, so it will open the document. Now on your Mendeley, you can as well read the document on your Mendeley. You don't have to open the document elsewhere, and you start navigating between your Mendeley library and where you have the document opened. I don't know if that is clear. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, I see clear, sir.
So you can read the document on your Mendeley and do some kinds of, you can highlight, you can copy from the document, you can copy from your Mendeley, copy the document, copy part of the document, a section or segment of the document, or still working on your Mendeley. Is that clear? So
Yes.
I'm going back to the library. So you will then repeat the process. If you want to watch the content of a folder, using this, you can do same. And I talked about watching a folder last week, whereby you just go to your file and under where you have add file, add folder, you see watch folder. You can watch a particular folder, whether in your document or on your desktop. You can watch that folder. So the process is to click on watch folder, look for where the folder is, look for the directory where the folder is, and click on the actual folder for it to be watched by your Mendeley library. I think I have some folder under here. So I have desktop. So I have several folders under desktop here. Let's say I want to watch this folder. Oh, I'm not watching the entire folder. Let's say I want to watch this folder, Mr. Caller Data. I want to watch this Mr. Caller Data. All I need to do is just to click on Mr. Caller Data. It's going to check it. It's just to check this, and I click OK. So what that means is, if I have any new documents saved in that folder, Mendeley will pick it up automatically. I don't know if that is clear, if that makes sense to us.
Yes, sir.
So my Mendeley will pick it up automatically. Once I have new folder saved, new file saved in that folder, Mendeley will pick it up. And the moment I can then read it on Mendeley and cite whenever I need to cite it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going back to, because I already have all of this in my general library, you can as well delete you can delete documents in your library. And how do you do that? just like you do in when you are using your Microsoft Word and all of that. You can right click on the documents you want to delete. Now a dialog box will also pop up where you have update details, open file externally. Now you can open file externally even from your Mendeley library. How do you open file externally? Now the document will not open within your Mendeley library, but it will open externally elsewhere. That's when you use that. If you are not comfortable with reading the document in your Mendeley library, you can still open the same file externally. So Mendeley allows you to do that. Then you can open contain folder. For example, we have watched a particular folder, right? We have watched a particular folder, and we have several folders in our Mendeley library, right?
Yes.
You can open the folder where you have the original article saved. You can open, through Mendeley library, you can open that same original folder that you have that file saved. You can open it. You can rename the document file. You can rename the document file, but because here we need all the fields properly filled, so you don't need to rename the document here. You can mark as you have read the paper. Mendeley, you can use Mendeley to differentiate papers that you have read and papers that you have not read. For example, I have not read Ajayi Mary Yetunde, but I've read Ajay. So I can just mark Ajay as the paper that I have read. Mendeley will note it that, oh, you have read this paper. So you can do that. The same, we do mark as read in our messages, emails and all of that. And you can mark as, oh, I haven't gone through this paper. So you can mark as unread. You can mark the paper as favorite. You can mark it as not favorite. You can mark the paper as need review, and you can mark the paper as reviewed. By need review, it means that all the fields that you need to fill, for example, author's name, to ensure that author's names are properly filled, you need to look into that. You can, if you have not done proper filling of the fields, you can mark it as, oh, this paper needs review, I'll come back to it. Possibly that you are doing that because you have another paper that is so interesting that you want to look at and you don't have enough time. So you can do that for that. Now, but where I'm going is I want to remove, you can remove from this folder, I want to remove or delete the document completely. Now, because I have these documents elsewhere, I will need to remove it from this folder. I don't want it duplicated. Why you are having this is you don't want duplicate documents, because one of the problems with duplicate documents in your Mendeley library is, as you are citing, I have a J. If I'm citing a J in my Microsoft Word, by the time the Mendeley dialog box popped up, after clicking on insert citation, you will see two different Ajay. And it's possible that you've been consistently using one Ajay and you are now introducing another one. Mendeley will see, in Microsoft Word, it's going to see the same document as two different documents. I don't know if you get this.
Yes, sir.
So your citation, your referencing, this manager will see it as different documents. Meanwhile, they are the same documents. So in order to avoid duplication, it is important that I delete this from this folder, and it's going to delete that. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yes. I have deleted it?
Yes, yes.
And because I also have this, I also want to delete it. So I'm going to remove it from the folder. And so because I have it elsewhere, I still have it intact in my Mendeley library. Is that clear? Hello, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So to repeat the process again, we are typing and we are, reference manager. So I want to cite, you go to your references here. Oh, let me stop sharing my Mendeley library. Then I can share my Microsoft. So can you see my Microsoft screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are typing, you have typed this, you want to cite something, you are citing this is cited. Can you see what I've just cited?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. You are typing and you're citing. Can you see the new citation?
Yes.
You are typing, you are still writing and you're citing. Can you see the new citation?
Yes, sir. I want to light
Okay.
on.
So supposing we are done with our document, with our writing, as a way of reminding you, you type your references or you type bibliographies, bibliography. Then you put your cursor down. You put your cursor down, then you come to here where you have inside citation. You move to your right where you see inside bibliography. Then you can then click on it and you have this. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So I think I've been able to demonstrate how we can use Mendeley for citation and for organization of to organize our references of bibliography. Thank you, SARS, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, sir. This has been really helpful. Some of us who already have Mendeley on our computers were also able to learn some nuances that we were not used to, and I'm sure there are people who have who were also following as we were doing this. I want to thank you, sir, for taking time out to do this. Thank you so much, especially for the sacrifice to join us today. I see the comment from Oyetunde Addition or Oyekami that we should repeat the process, but I think once you can just go through the video on YouTube, and then you can watch it as many times. You can repeat the process when you are watching the video like 30 times if you want. And then of course, if there are questions, please feel free to ask. This is the time to ask questions. I think we have room for one question, one or two questions. So if there is anyone who has a question, please use the raise hand icon so that you can be called to ask the question, or you type them in the chat. So, but then, while we wait to know if there will be questions, we want to say thank you, Professor Aliu, for coming to speak to us last week and today, and for showing us this very important tool tree for literature review, and then of course for managing citations, because this is a very key tool that is needed for research. We say thank you very much. It's comprehensive. We followed it through, and we are happy. So thank you so much, sir. Um, I want to. I'm checking to see if the director was in earlier. Okay, he's not in. So I want to invite Mr. Adenwile Olubenga. Okay, the link to the YouTube will be posted in the chat. So please give the closing remark on behalf of the Director, University Research Office. That's Professor Babajide Odu. He was in earlier, and I think he slept that, yeah. So I think that's how you can end it.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ogunye. I want to, on behalf of the Central Office of Research, appreciate our lecturer, Professor Aliyu Kolawole, for a good job done on Mendeley. Yes, we're following and we know you have added value to every one of us. Thank you so much, sir, for honoring our invitation. And for everyone that participated in today's session, we want to say thank you. And our advice that we should ensure that we download the video or check it back on YouTube and practice on our own so that we can master using Mendeley. Thank you, everyone, and we want to remind you that this same session will continue next week, same time, Friday, 8 a.m. Till then, on behalf of all of us, the Central Office of Research, we want to say bye for now and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you. So bye, everyone.
Bye.